Hey, today I want to talk to you about presentations. You know, if I ask you how many presentations do you do every day, most people would say maybe one or two presentations. Some people would say I don't do any presentations, and it's because we misunderstand what a presentation is. Most people think a presentation is maybe when you're speaking from the front of a stage, or when you've gathered a bunch of people at your house and you stand up and tell them about your product or your business opportunity, or maybe even when you meet somebody at Denny's over coffee to talk about your business. But that's not really, that doesn't include all presentations. You know, every time you go shopping, the way you look, the way you smile, your appearance is a presentation. Every time you meet someone, you're making a presentation. Every time you go down the aisle in the grocery store and you make eye contact with somebody else, you're making a presentation. Every time you send an email, you're making a presentation, or you could be making a presentation. We'll talk about that. Of course, when you hand somebody a business card, you're making a presentation. Most of us make many, maybe 100 presentations every day because we're on social media, we're on Facebook, we're sending and receiving emails, and these are all presentations. The question is, what kind of a presentation are you doing? Is it building you? Is it building your business? For instance, if you go shopping, you don't have to be wearing a business suit or a dress, but you should look good. You should look approachable. You should look again, I don't want to be phony, but you should look like somebody that you know, that you're not disheveled, you don't have your pants down halfway to your knees, you know, your hair's not messed up, you're not, you know, you're presentable. And when you meet people, and you know, my favorite thing is to smile at people. I smile at just about everybody that I pass on the street, and you know what? Almost everybody smiles back, and I've done that in Vietnam and Japan and Australia. I've done it in Europe. I've done it with people that I don't speak their language, and yet if I smile at them, they typically smile back. And very often you can, you know, you can achieve a conversation with somebody. Hey, how you doing? You know, and so these are presentations. And the question is, do you look threatening? Do you look undesirable? Do you look like a stinky homeless person, or do you look like somebody interesting? So these are all presentations, and what we need to do is be aware that I'm making presentations all the time, and ask myself the question, what kind of presentation do I make? When you send an email, do you have anything at the bottom of your email that maybe has a website or a slogan or something that says who you are and something about you? It should be something on your email that people can click on to see what you're up to. On your Facebook page, do you have something on there that says who you are? You see, all of these are presentations. Everyone makes presentations, and they do it all the time. Do you have business cards, and do you have business cards in your pocket all the time so that you can leave them places, stick them on bulletin boards? That's a presentation. If you go to a grocery store that has a bulletin board where people advertise free kittens and puppies and construction and all this type of thing, well, stick your card up there on one of those pins. That card is going to be a presentation for you even after you leave. So these are all free things I'm talking about. Using your email, your Facebook, your business cards. These are all things that everybody can do every day. So we all make presentations every day, but sometimes our presentation doesn't do anything. It doesn't lead anybody to do business with you. It doesn't show anybody something that they haven't seen before that you'd like to expose them to. So think about, the key today is presentation. Stop and think about your presentations. Do you have literature? Do you have business cards? Do you have a website that you might be able to use or build? Or do you have a company website that you could put on things like your email address, or your signature line on your email? If you go on social media sites where you have discussion groups and things like that, many of them you can have your name with a website underneath it that would send people to information about you or about your company or about your product. So dress, I don't want to get into playing the dog, dress for success, but be presentable all the time. You always think that you're liable to run into the next person that'll be a good friend, And of course, this has to do with the gospel as well, that we should always be presentable so that we might be able to present the gospel of Jesus Christ to people that we might run into too. So think about presentation, work on your presentation, improve your presentation, and you'll change your results in business. Have a great day in the Lord. Bye.